623. Okay. In terms of the game, disappointed in the loss. I thought we had some really good opportunities out there to win the game. I was proud of the way the guys fought throughout the entire game. And my message to them in the locker room afterward was just this. It was missed opportunities. We had opportunities to win that game. The first thing we have to do is honor the football. We got to honor the ball. That's the most important thing in winning. And we have to do a good job. And then once we do get takeaways, we got to score off those opportunities. And that was the difference in the game to me. They scored on those opportunities, and we did not. And so that's important that we do that going forward. I was pleased with a lot of good things in terms of the distribution of the ball. I thought Caleb threw the ball and got it to a lot of different receivers today. I thought we were committed to the run, more committed to the run. I know those last two drives we were down by 2 scores, so we needed to get it going there. So we were in 2-minute mode. So that I was proud of the way the defense fought. The defense fought through the game. Had a couple of nice takeaways. Had a nice 4th down stop after some sudden changes. Had a nice turnover in the red zone down there to stop a score. So I was proud of that for those guys as well. But overall, it's just got to be better. We got to do a better job as a team. Honoring the football, and just doing the details right and playing better. So. Again, my hat's off to the Colts. They won the game, we left one out there today.
On 4th and goal from the 1, what were your thoughts on the offense call there?
Yeah, so we go to Herbert up the middle. We had the Wildcat play on the first one. They ran a couple dive plays in there and got it to inside the 1, just inside the 1 there. And they were in big people, and we like to play. We like to play. We just got to get to the second level. Get to the linebacker there, zone up to him, and get him there on that. We were going to pitch off the end man, a line of scrimmage, and we got to execute better.
Well, guys in the locker room said that the look wasn't ideal from what the Colts showed you defensively. What was your impression?
Yeah. I don't know that. I don't know that because I got to look at the tape. But I know the design of the play was to go against that personnel group.
Timeout there after that first touchdown with the field goal, the kicking team on, sent out the 2-point.
Yeah.
What was the timeout about there?
Yeah, I mean, we have to be better. We have to be better there. First of all, it wasn't as good as it should be in terms of our communication there. But we wanted to get a good play on there as well, and we like to play. It just didn't work out on that particular one. But again, we have to be better, stay ahead of it better, be better there.
When you say communication, you mean from the coaching standpoint, from the player standpoint?
No, that's on the coaches. On the coaches, we got to be better there from the top to the bottom. From upstairs down to the bottom. So we got to do a better job there.
And then the timeout right before the Taylor touchdown, was that just giving you guys a breather, or was it something you didn't like out there?
No, I'm just conserving time. There. They're going to try to milk as much time as they can, and I was just conserving time there to give us a chance. And at the end of the day, we did have a chance. I thought we did a really good job of scoring on 4th and 1 down there before the 2-minute, because we were going to be onside if it got inside the 2-minute. But then we switched our mind and went to kick it deep. We kicked it deep, and they took a knee. So now we got 2:01, and we got a timeout. And if we do a good job on the on defense, which we first it was 2nd and 6, which is not ideal, and then they ran the power, the bounce play, and JT got outside on us. So we just got to execute better on defense. But if we went 3 and out there, we'd have had 50-some seconds there with the ball coming back, and not it's not on the onside part. We kicked it deep, so we'd have a better field position. So we felt good about that right there in terms of that operation. We just got to get the ball back for the offense.
Did you want Cairo to put it to the back of the end zone there, ideally?
We wanted him to kick it in the end zone, kick it as far as he can. That was the plan there, and he did a good job.
Caleb threw over 50 passes today. Last week there were about as many pass plays called. Is that the plan in terms of a successful idea for what you guys want to get done, or is that just game flow?
Yeah, it's a little bit game flow. I mean, we ended up having 28 runs. Is that right? Something like that. I believe it was 28. Is that right, guys? Yeah, 28. So you get it up there, close to 30. That's a pretty good snip right there. So again, we want to do a better job efficiently running the football, and that starts with not taking negative plays. But again, I think we're more committed to it today. And if we didn't have those 2-minute drives at the end, I think we would have been more committed to it in terms of getting it done at the end.
The personnel group was in the run game. A lot of runs out of 11, some passes out of 13. Is that just trying to stay ahead of what you think the defense is going to do?
Yeah, that's all by design, what we think they're going to do in terms of their scheme. A lot of times people get in base, and we got better matchups that we need, in terms of 13 personnel. But, again, we got to execute better on offense, on defense, and kicking game. we had the one offsides, that led to a touchdown there. On the punt return team, it was less than 5, so they tried the old, head bob and all that, and they got us on it. And so we have to do a better job there.
Matt, what do you sense is inhibiting the efficiency of the running game right now?
Yeah, I just really think it's about fundamentals, right? Fundamentals, I think we're committed to it. I thought we run the ball really good on the inside and the outside in terms of play selection, which I think you need to do. You really got to stretch the defense inside, outside that way. I do feel, though, on the outside plays that we got to block the perimeter better. It seemed like we got to look at the tape there and see where we have to get that perimeter blocking done better, because it looked like there were some guys that shook loose.
Man, it's just the third game of the season, but to a lot of Bears fans, this is a discouraging loss. The way you lost. Do you get that? Do you understand that? Why they would think this is more of a big picture thing? For the
yeah, I would say that, Mark. I would say that, look, this is our third game, and there was some positivity to take out of this, and we're encouraged. We're encouraged in that locker room. We are encouraged, and we are, we'll have our head moving forward, eyes moving forward. And we're going to get better this week. And to me, there was better production, on the offensive side. There was better production there in terms of who we got the ball to. And the efficiency just needs to be better in certain areas, on offense, on defense, and in kicking game. And it starts with the football.
How is this a step forward for Caleb? He threw for a lot of yards, but the offense still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you saw him operate in 2-minute. The 2-minute drives that he operated in, I thought were really good. And I think that he looked good in those moments to score that touchdown. He got his first 2 touchdowns of his career today. There was a passing, and so there's a lot to build on. But I said that we have to look at each other, look at your individually, look at yourself, and see what you can do better, execution-wise, to get the victory next week.
Both of those touchdowns came with you guys down multiple scores. They're not letting anybody get behind them. You have to be careful that there's not a false positive there. You were able to move against a defense that kind of knew the situation and might allow maybe you guys to do more.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's something to that, Pat. But I also think that you have to operate in 2-minute in this league. So sometimes you're down by a score, sometimes you're down by a field goal. You're still gonna have to move the ball in that situation. And I thought we did a solid job of that today.
And on Caleb's first interception, where he's going into Carter on the sideline opposite you guys, what's the message to him? I know he makes those out route throws a lot, but was that just what did you say to him after that one? What did you see?
Yeah, that's just a rhythm throw. And I have to go back and look at the tape. I just have it in my mind right now. So it's just a rhythm throw. You got to really feel that corner where he's located at and deliver it on time. And I got to go back and look at the tape. But that's what it looked like to me.
Coach 56 is about the edge of Cairo's range. On the one that he missed, played before, second and third down, 2 passes. Any consideration of running to kind of get some insurance on that kick in case you had to?
Yeah, I mean, we're always hunting touchdowns. We're in the kick line there. We're always hunting touchdowns. And that we want to get a first down, to go getting closer and score a touchdown. We were aggressive in the beginning of the game. You're always aggressive there. I don't think you're ever hunting field goals, because those don't win in this league. You got to get touchdowns, and that was our mindset.
Caleb went with the wristband today to kind of help operationally. What were the conversations like to make that happen?
Yeah, it was just, because I know this is a loud place. So when you have an issue, you always have that to go back to. So if it starts to get really loud, just go to the wristband, and then he can get it out, to the offense, which I thought was good today. So if you don't have a wristband, then you can't go to it when it gets super loud. So I thought it was a good operation in terms of using that.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Awesome. I'm well. Definitely feeling the loss. It sucks every single time. Taking a loss. It never gets easier, never gets better. To say that I still am proud of my guys. Proud of the steps that we've taken so far. The things we did today compared to last week and the week before, the steps we were taking, super excited about this future of the offense, the team, the defense, special teams. Obviously, defense is playing lights out. Obviously, they don't want points being up on the board, but to have, I think it was 2 interceptions or so. To have 2 interceptions on their side is all we need for offense, to get those extra drives. And, like I said, they're playing lights out. So, those guys deserve to win. They work hard each week to go out and do what they do. They do it well. And we're going to get better offensively. We're going to be better. And the special teams-wise, obviously, we got a couple different, plays and punts and things like that did well for us. A couple of different returns, but as an offense, as a team, definitely excited and definitely proud of guys.
The strip sack, on the strip sack at the end, what did you feel, what did you see going through?
Yeah, so I was, when I got to the top of the drop, I definitely felt, I think it was Latu, right? Latu coming around the edge, so I tried to step up, small movements, nothing huge, because I also, saw Rome about to pop behind the backer. I think they were, they either were cover 2 on that right side or doubling DJ. And so I came off of that. Backer started to move out with my eyes, about to throw it to Rome. And then right there, strip sack.
On the 4th and goal option play to Swift, what did you see pre-snap in terms of the look they gave you, and then what did they do to blow that up?
Yeah, so that was a tough one. Being right there on the inch-yard line. Or so, 1 yard line, and to not get that. So, seeing it, things like that is a play we practice all week. Something, understanding that, they, when they get around the 5 yard line to 1 yard line, their defense changes, and they get into those 6-1 defense and things like that. They normally, crash and things like that. And, I guess maybe I didn't get on the edge fast enough, or whatever the case may have been. But they didn't crash how they normally do or how we saw on film, and they made a good play. Had an extra overhang player over there, and it may have been because of the pistol or whatever the case may have been.
Did you have the option to change the play at the line of scrimmage there, and you sure would have?
On that play. Yeah, we have the option to change the play right there. Clock was running down. In those moments, you don't really want, you don't necessarily want to get the flag. Got out the huddle, I believe, with around 10 seconds, and so I didn't want to get up there and alert the play or change the play and things like that. Have it around 5 or so, or when everybody got set, and so at that point you got to call and run it and get going.
If there had been more time, based on the look you saw, do you think you
I could have changed it, yes.
The interception when you're going to DeAndre, Matt said kind of a rhythm throw. What did you kind of see there in terms of the corner where he was at?
DeAndre
on the 3rd down after the big
Oh yes, yeah. So I was out of rhythm of the route. They played they covered up the curl. Cole went to the opposite hash and sat, and then we had a flat. Just a routine play. Corner made a great break on the ball, I didn't get all of my power into the throw, so that's why I was a little bit loftier than some of the usual passes when you're throwing something like that. I got a little pushback and tried to get it to him. Thought the DB was a little too far off, and like I said, made a great break on the ball. Can't have those.
Do you feel like you're getting closer to an offensive identity at this point, or do you?
Yeah, I do actually. I got our first 2 passing touchdowns of the year. Obviously, which feels good, exciting to get that going finally in the second half of this game. So having the offense, identity is, I think it is brewing. I think it is a lot closer than, it was the week before or weeks before. And I think us figuring that out is going to get this thing going. I think we're right there. It's on all the plays we were just simply one small detail or. And that's myself included on some of these plays that happened today. But we're one small detail, a lot of these plays that, like I've said in many other interviews, that these small details always add up to be something bigger.
What enabled you to get Rome going today?
Yeah, so I think watching film, going through practices and things like that. I've told Rome that I'm going to give him the ball some more. The routes he run, the trust and belief that I have in him, that's why I threw that ball to him. That ended up being a pick, which I told him I'll come back to him and things like that. But that pick, the defender's back was turned, and it's always one of those rules that as a QB offense, when a defender's back is turned to one of your guys, you give him a chance because obviously he's not looking at the ball. Corner made a good break on the ball once it was tipped. He had his eyes back, and then things like that. So, some of the practice reps, some of the after practice reps that Rome and I have been getting these past couple of weeks, I think it pays off, and we're going to keep doing it. Because we want to obviously build that connection and have that trust and belief in each other.
Follow up to that, the 47-yarder to Odunze, he said that it felt just like the preseason play. Did it feel like that to you as well? And what did you see?
Yeah, I didn't have to roll out on that one, but yeah, it definitely felt like that. We've been working on some of our different routes and things like that. Throughout these weeks, every day we get about 10 to 15 passes with each other after practice, and so certain passes like that. And a lot of times the deep downfield balls are the more rhythm routes that you have to try and keep your receiver in stride and things like that. He had a great route, made a great catch, and gave us a chance.
After the touchdown to Rome there, you and Rome had the celebration running off the field. Are you thinking you're going for two in that spot? Kind of what's your mindset in terms of the next play there?
Yeah, that's coach's decision. I unless I have a strong opinion on it, I'm waiting on coach's decision in that instance.
You're thinking the kicking team's coming out there. That's
right. Yeah. I thought they were coming out. I ran off the field. We ran off the field, and then obviously came back on.
On the fourth and goal, obviously that sequence, it felt like you guys were knocking on the door for 5 or 6 plays. What's your feeling when you're down there for as long as you were, and then to come off with 0?
Yeah, it is frustrating. When you're that close and you get 4 attempts right there, I think we were below the 5 for 4 attempts, and so. To not get in those moments, it definitely is frustrating. But, I believe that was the 17-play drive or so, I believe, or one of those. And so, to be able to march the ball and move the ball for 17 plays, that's NFL ball. We gotta keep going and keep finishing. That's the most important thing.
Trying to find the offensive identity and that you guys are closer. Can your offensive identity be you throwing the ball 53 times? Or
did I throw it? I threw it 52 times? Jeez.
Or do you guys need to find a balance?
No, I do whatever team needs. You know what I mean? And so if it's 50 times, it's 50 times. I can't have the 2 turnovers with those 50 attempts. And then if it ends up being 10 times and it's, I complete 9 of those 10, and we have 300 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. I'm fully aware, fully ready to do whatever that may seem and whatever the team needs. And so if it comes down to being 50 attempts and us slinging the ball around, if it comes down to being 10 attempts, it's whatever team needs to get the win. And that's you go in the locker room, you celebrate and have fun because it's hard to win in the NFL, as we always say and as I've said. So we'll keep slinging it. We'll keep working on run game. We'll keep getting better, definitely, as an offense. We're going to get this thing going here soon.
Last one. With the offense as a whole of the scheme, do you feel like you guys need to restructure some things, or do you feel like this is the right track that you guys are on right now as far as the play calling and things like that?
Yeah, I think more communication within the offense, figuring out our pass protection this game was definitely a lot better, and we changed some things up, figuring out what fits us as a team. I think so the constant communication that I've talked about before, I think goes a long way, and I think we need to keep doing that. Like I said, it's a long season, and so being able to adapt, change, and adapt to the players and people that we have in these rooms, because we got special guys, whether it's offensive line, running backs, and wide receivers, and so being able to adapt and all of that, I think it starts from communication, and that's something that's constant throughout a long season. Throughout a game where rhythm, starting fast, throughout a game that you want to get things going, you want to be consistent, you want to be explosive, all these different things. It starts with communication, and then from there you can be consistent, because then it works well with our guys and our beliefs. Awesome, thank you. The Bears.